came to. We just finished reanalyzing your test, and we came to the conclusion that
What's up,
you're actually a
guys? Welcome back to
psychopath.
another episode of the Outlier podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another week of
I'll
this.
be right back.
Are you for real?
That's how you do a reintro. Did you stop?
No.
Oh.
See, you know, I did that because I wanted to catch you lacking. Because I was like, oh, he's not paying attention. He's not gonna know I'm recording. Boom, press record, and that's it.
But if I would have waited 5 more seconds, you would have stopped the recording, and we would have to done it again. Hence, you wouldn't have got me off guard.
Nah, I would have just edited it.
Come on, buddy. You haven't touched an editing program in years.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
You see all those pictures on Instagram I have, bro? Those are heavily edited. I be
Photoshopped?
I be catfishing out here, brother.
I hear you.
All right, guys. So this week we're gonna do hot seat questions as always. You wanna ask yours first, brother?
Sure. So
Okay,
it's more of like an opinion type question. How do you feel about paying for box?
okay, I know what you mean by that, but do you want to fully explain? Because some people aren't gonna know what box is.
Cool. Can you push your mic thing down while
What
I
do
do
you
that? Your little buffer.
Oh, is it bothering
No,
you?
mic buffer. Yeah.
Bruce Buffer.
So
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, so for those of you that don't understand when I say that is basically paying for sex, essentially paying for women. And it's typically found in the high class. Like usually it's like people know hookers or what do they call them? The ones on the streets?
Prostitutes.
Prostitutes, yeah. It's kind of like a form of prostitution, but escorts is like a higher class
Of a
way of.
prostitute?
Yeah, basically, essentially, right? They sell themselves for sex, but they do it in a way that's a little bit more respectable, and so it's just like a nicer transaction. They're not on the streets. They're actually
On a website or something.
they're on a website, or there's somewhere where guys can go out and reach out to them. But it's actually a very popular thing for those of you that don't know. That's in traveling, or it's actually embedded into a lot of rich men's contracts that they get access to, escorts and stuff like that. But I wanted to know what your opinions on, paying for sex.
Me personally, I would never do it just because I have way too much ego and pride for that. I would feel like, man, really, you can't get pussy any other way, right? It would just hurt my ego way too much. But I do know people that have paid for it, like lots of people.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
lots of guys, bro. They're actually very open about it, and kind of just it's a necessity. You got to bust a nut, and you don't have time to play games and to kind of, you just want to get straight to the point. So I know a few people have done it and feel no shame, and I feel no type of way and being like, okay, well, that's cool. That's not for me though,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but to be fair, I'm thinking of two people in particular. One of the two is someone that really can't get pussy. He doesn't get women. You know what I mean? So in that sense, I'm like, oh, what else is he gonna do? Type of thing, right? And then the other guy, he does get women, but he's just kind of I guess, cares about efficiency and time. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, so I actually respect the guy that is prioritizing efficiency over the guy that can't get any. I don't know if that's surprising to you, because the reason why rich, successful people do it is because they don't want to lose time trying to pick up chicks at the club, or you know what I mean. They don't want the time that they could spend trying to pick up a chick. They'd much rather spend it on their business or becoming successful. And so that's what it is. So overall, it seems like you don't have a problem with it, though.
Like in terms of do I think it's like bad or good? I don't really
Yeah.
care. Yeah, like I don't have.
Ethically though, do you think like it should be legal? Because I know
I
there's
feel
like a
bad for the girls, you know, like for the people selling their bodies. Is like, what are you really down that bad type of thing, right? But for the guys buying them, just like whatever, you know.
Mm. Yeah, because there's a lot of girls. I was actually listening to a podcast, and then there was this guy who had like a panel full of girls that were escorts, and they all seemed, right? Keyword is seemed, like very happy doing it. You know, they're like, yeah, I mean, it's easy money. It's like I don't have to be working a 9 to 5, and sex is great, so why not make money off of it? Type thing. But you got to think that there's something deeply embedded in them that makes them feel horrible about themselves, even in the slightest. Because I don't think that's too honorable. I think everybody would agree with that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, this might surprise some people, but I find no issue with it, to be honest. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we would have a completely different mindset if you and I were in a position of traveling a lot, no family, things along those lines. I think that it would. I think you and I mean, I could. Well, I'll speak for myself because I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like I'd be like, yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
So I know you. I don't know. I don't want to say who, but you know someone that is a trucker, right?
Okay, I know. Yeah, I know a few people,
and that's very prevalent in the trucking world is to stop at a trucking rest stop and get a prostitute. That's actually very known. I've known that for a while because my uncle is a trucker. Not that he's done it, but because of that,
Probably.
I've heard. I don't know, maybe right, but I've heard stories of like truckers just every time they stop, they're obviously away from home for like weeks at a time, or obviously depending on their schedule. But they're always on the road, right? Like they need to find a time and place to kind of get their fix in, right? So what better way than to pick up a prostitute at the stop, right? So do you think that's looked down upon, or you think
it's actually hilarious because when this person went back on the road recently, I actually because that was the first thing that I mentioned. I was like, oh, you can. Oh, so by the way, there's a term for them. Prostitutes that are specifically for truckers, like the ones that hang around truck stops, they call them lot lizards.
Lot lizards?
Lot lizards. And so I told him, I was like, do you have your lot lizard picked out already? That was the first thing I told him. He started laughing. And
what was his answer?
I mean, we didn't answer. We just kind of laughed about it, and just kind of, we didn't even answer because he knew I was kidding or whatever. But what was your question on that? I don't think. First of all, he doesn't stop because he's like a partner type deal. So he's with somebody.
Yeah, get there and back. Yeah.
But I have uncles and my grandfather. So I know a lot of people in the trucking business, and yeah, bro. I mean, that's a well-known thing. I mean, that's another thing is like, it's like I feel like where I feel bad for the girls, but at the same time, it's like they know what they're doing. It's consensual.
Yeah, and there's I don't know. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's just like it's legal in other places, right? Like I think Amsterdam it's legal. I think in Reno or Nevada it's legal. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure there's brothels out there that have women and stuff. So it's like just in certain places where it's like super frowned upon. But I don't think there's a problem with it.
What do you think about now? Here's a different conversation to have about the same situation. What do you think, guys that brag about paying for box? I think that's a little different, right? Like,
there's people that brag about it.
I've heard of people like I've seen clips on Instagram. You don't even know what to believe. There's like people. I kind of want to just say this, and maybe we could talk about this later on in the podcast. But have you seen those clips on Instagram where it's like guys faking a podcast where they ask a question and there's really they're not talking to anybody. There's a close-up camera on them.
No, I never seen that.
and they're like saying something extremely motivational, but they're not really in a podcast. They're just making a video clip. It's so ridiculous, bro. Anyways, um, oh yeah, so I've seen clips like that where they talk about paying for box and stuff like that, and they almost speak about it in a light of, if you don't like, oh, I'm a successful person, that's why I do that, and if you don't understand, then you're just, you're, yeah, you're small minded or something like that, or like, you're kind of like sunning people that don't understand it, and like basically lifting themselves up, saying that I pay for it because I can type.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, it makes sense for people that are like, I guess, super busy all the time, right? Have literally zero time to talk to chicks. But if you have spare time and you're able to talk to chicks, and if you're a successful dude, you're gonna have that status and have that women willing to, come in and fucking relieve your stress, right? But if you're like super super busy, then I could see it, right? But I just like how you keep referring to it as box. I find that hilarious.
That's how.
No, yeah, I know that's a term, but I've never really I just always said the word, right?
Yeah,
but I guess we could call it box.
it's a softer term, but I will say though, I want to make this very clear. I don't think that's ideal. I don't think that's what I would have ever shot for. If I had the chance to. Ideally, I would say date one person, get married, so on and so forth, kind of like what I did. But I don't see it being a horrible thing.
No, I mean, I think it's really good for the incels are out there. Like, imagine all the people that can't get any woman. Like, there's people out there that have like really bad chances at getting that women. They're overweight, they're unconfident, whatever it may be. Super bad with women, and they have a cheat code. We're in a time in, we're in a what? What was I gonna say? We're in a time where they can fucking literally just go up to, a well-known street and pick up a woman for cheap. Because I know there's this famous, or I shouldn't say famous, but well-known street by my house, that everyone talks about as like the hooker street, right? And apparently, like, the prices are ridiculously good from one of my friends that goes there often. But
that is insane to me.
But yeah, I mean, it's such a cheat code, right? Because all these fucking people that get no pussy, no box, can now go just drive down the street and get box for fucking whatever amount of money and feel good about themselves. What's the harm in that, right?
There might be a long-term harm in that, though. Like
for the woman or for the man?
For the incels.
For the incels?
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Because think about all the school shooters and all that were incels that were super bad. You think they don't, like, if they had a woman in their life to kind of give them a little bit of satisfaction, it would have been different?
I agree, but here's the thing. I think that would have been a Band-Aid fix when the cut actually needed to be sewed up. So what I mean is, like, these incels going to get a one-night stand from these hookers will feel good probably in that moment. On the drive home, they'll probably feel so worthless. Though that post nut will kick in and realize, like, damn, bro, I just spent $60 to get a nut off because I can't do it on my own. You know what I mean? And for these successful guys, it's a little bit different. It's like, if I really wanted to, I can spit game and pick up a chick, but I just don't want to spend the time on it. For these guys, they don't have an option. Like, that is their option. So I think that they will come to. I think that'll be a super quick fix, but eventually they're just gonna keep coming back to, man, I'm insignificant in that field.
Yeah, man, but at least they have that option. Like, imagine if you couldn't buy that, if you just had to stick to your hand for the rest of your life. At least everyone could get some box in their life, right?
Yeah, but I still think that you can, even if you tried, organically.
But nah, bro, I don't think you've seen a true incel and how they are. Like, did you Did, did you ever see that? There's this video of this guy. He's like on TLC. I think it's TLC, and he's like never kissed a woman before. And
Yeah.
bro, and she goes. This woman literally volunteers to kiss him. She walks up to him, or he walks up to her, and he goes, "Hey, can I kiss you?" And he fucking flips out and like starts like convulsing and fucking. Instead of kissing her on the lips, which is what was meant to happen, he ends up kissing her on the cheek and then just melts, right?
Yeah.
Like, you think that guy has a strong chance of being able to get a woman by himself?
Well, here's the difference in that situation, because I don't think that guy is living his life miserable. He doesn't look like... He just looks like a super shy dude. I think that guy right there would probably be good with just, like, having conversations with women and then eventually slowing in. I guess I'm talking about the incels that are like extremely depressed about the fact that they can't pull chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those are the ones that, bro. There's been some ugly dudes though, dudes that I know that have pulled, bro. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
And here's the thing, guys. I want every guy that's listening to this podcast to know that however attractive you think you are right now, there's probably a bunch of things that you can do today in order to like elevate your attractiveness. Let's say you're like a 5. I believe that if a guy is a 5 and they did the correct things, and I'm not even talking about fitness because obviously that'll take some time, but everything else, you can lift it up. Maybe like you can go from a 5 to a 7 or an 8 just by dressing better, smelling better, cutting your hair, things along those lines. I think grooming does a lot to a guy. Smelling good does a lot to a guy.
But
so
some guys are just fucked, bro. Some guys are just fucked.
Bro, I don't think so.
Bro. There's just certain people out there that just cannot be helped. Like they're no matter
unless
what
you have a
put 'em
deformity, bro. Unless you have a deformity, I understand. But if it's something that's like you're a normal looking dude, you can do it, bro.
We're talking about ugly looking dudes, not normal.
Yes,
normal looking is different than ugly looking, right? There's some ugly motherfuckers out there, bro, and I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. I really do. But
I think they can still pull, bro.
But no, the difference is that there's a lot of people that think they're ugly and they might present themselves as ugly, but there's a lot of things that they can do to not be as unattractive as they currently are. For instance, style is a big one. I have no style at all, and I wish I really did, but there's people that, like, if you put them in a plain t-shirt and plain pants, just look like normal ugly dudes, right? But if you put them like with a watch, like a chain, and some nice pants, good shoes, some cologne, fresh haircut, it changes a man, bro. It really does.
For sure.
And so until you try that, you'll never know if you're truly, I guess, ugly or just bad at presenting yourself, For sure, try that out.
100%, bro.
And fitness is like the one thing that will boost you up by at least 1 point. If you're a 4, it'll bring you up to a 5 at the very least.
I think more, just for the simple fact that it does a lot more to you mentally than it does physically.
Confidence.
Yes. Like you said, that guy that might be decent looking but just projects a lack of confidence, doesn't think that they're attractive. Working out will bring that out of you because every single day you're winning. Like you go in the gym and you feel defeated in a sense, right? But every single day you walk in that gym, you come out, you've won, right? And so it's a confidence boost on top of you actually physically looking better. So it's like a win-win situation. That's why working out is probably the best thing that you can do. But there's also there's a bunch of good-looking dudes that also just look like crap too because they don't know how to dress and stuff like that. So
100%.
Yeah. Man, listen, if special needs kids can be out here in relationships hooking up. Listen, bro. Come on, dude. I believe an ugly dude can.
Say that one more time.
They heard it. Why didn't you say it again?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I already said it, brother. You got to rewind it. When you're editing the podcast, you'll be able to Hear
Bro,
it
I
again.
can't believe you just said that, bro.
Bro, it's true. Come on,
Nah,
man.
bro. I don't agree with that. I think that's ridiculous.
Listen. It's not even about physicality or anything like that. Think about how hard it is socially for special needs kids to go out and try to find a mate. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they can go to the movies, the gym, and stuff like that on their own to find a girl to like you hook up with and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's usually happens when they're at school or stuff like that. Listen, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't agree with any of that stuff. I'm gonna just
Outlier podcast getting canceled or what?
I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Moral of the story is y'all can do it, man. I believe in y'all.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's a few young men that listen to this podcast that tell me about it that for sure could use this advice because they do ask me about stuff like this, and hopefully it helps them out a little bit.
I had a stream the other night so I have a Discord, by the way, and for my Roger Reacts channel. And so I launched a stream or whatever. They all went to the stream, and we had the same conversation where two of the guys in the Discord chat are having, problems trying to find chicks and stuff like that.
Super common being a young man. Super common.
Yep. So we're just kind of having this conversation too. It was dope.
All right, guys. We kind of got off on a tangent there. That was very unexpected to go that deep, and we went from talking about buying box to incels to you said kids with special needs. I don't know.
I don't understand why that's so funny though.
Because
I was talking about
your
it in
statements
a
are
light.
so silly. They make me laugh.
No, it's not silly. It's facts.
All right, guys. You guys heard it here first. Anyways. The next thing I want to talk about is the last topic of the day, which is 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, super popular rapper. If you don't know who he is, you're probably living under a rock. Mm-hmm. He got caught lacking. Let me show the video. So basically, this guy has been released from jail for some while now for snitching, right? And he went on a spree where he just kind of challenged people to do something to him, right? Because he wasn't scared, and he claimed no one could touch him. And now there's a video of him finally getting his ass beat after like 3 years or something like that of being free. So let's watch it. You guys see his face is like bloody. It's kind of honestly it, but just play one more time. A lot of people are speculating this is fake. I don't think it's fake.
Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm just saying, bro. I'm a fan, bro. I know, but I ain't jumping. I ain't jumping, bro. I'm just saying.
Super quick video. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's fake?
I think it's fake.
Yeah. Why?
I think the main reason is because if anybody knows 6ix9ine and the type of person that he is, he's a troll, and you know that too. That's the reason. It's the reason why he became so popular in the first place. Why he was like the #1 appeal on Instagram for like a whole year. I don't know when it was, like 2019 or something like that. And that's the reason why he's such a successful artist. He's coming out with an album. It's going to be coming out, I think, this year. Late this year, if not early next year. He hasn't had any buzz around his name for the past half a year since he got out of jail. What else is 6ix9ine gonna do, bro? If anybody else is gonna fake something like this, it's gonna be 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Who else would fake something like this? It's gonna be 6ix9ine.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know he was coming out with an album. I heard it was just a song that he was coming out with.
No, that's a song single leading up to an album.
Okay. Well, with that being said, then that kind of changed my mind a little bit because now I'm like, maybe it could be fake because you're right. If anyone would do this, it would be him 100%. And he has, I don't know if you ever seen that skit. You know who Little Reese is? He's a rapper, a Chicago rapper, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when Lil Reese was younger, he got jumped and they have it on video and he shit himself. Did you see that video? You've never seen that? Okay. So they're jumping him, right? and on video he flips over, and one of the guys goes, "Ew, did he shit himself?" And he has shit all over himself, bro. Are you gonna watch this video? You've never seen it?
No.
Anyways, 6ix9ine did a skit copying him, and he was getting jumped at the park, and he turns around and he has shit all over his pants. So
I've seen that clip. Yes.
yes, so he was making fun of Lil Reese. Now, I feel like it's not too far fetched that he would fake this as well.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know. Part of me wants it to be fake because I'm a fan of his, right? And I hope he didn't really get his ass beat. I hope it was kind of planned. And yeah, I mean, let's hope this was fake.
Because I don't know, it's kind of fishy because why is he even working out at LA Fitness to begin with? Do famous people work out at LA Fitnesses? Like,
I don't know. People are saying that he he had made it a point that he's like out living his life and doesn't give a shit, right? Like he's just being a normal human being is what he's always been like saying, is that like I go where I want when I want. Like I don't worry about anything. So that could be part of it, but yeah.
I don't think he's that stupid. I don't think he's that stupid to be out in public. Because here's the thing, like it's not only about the haters, but also the fans too. You know what? You're gonna get bombarded with. You're not even gonna get a workout in peace, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems kind of weird. And the guy's punches and kicks didn't seem that vicious to me. Besides that one kick, there's one kick that landed.
One good kick, yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of them are kind of like 70% strength. They look like they weren't really like digging into him that much. I don't know, but there's this video of 6ix9ine before he gets jumped on the what's not the treadmill, what's it called, the Stairmaster, and you saw that jacket he was wearing. That's kind of a weird outfit to wear, right, to the gym. It's like a puffy sweater and then just like regular cut off shorts. Like that's kind of a weird outfit. I don't know. The whole video is kind of weird. Yeah.
And then I wonder how LA Fitness is going to take this too, right? We spoke about that, about, it can be some type of defamation, I guess, because
it's fake, yeah.
Yeah, because it'll make it seem like LA Fitnesses aren't safe and, they don't check. Because in the video, it actually shows the guys just kind of pass the front counter without anybody really checking them.
Yeah.
It's a bad look for LA Fitness, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a video where the attackers go through the front door and don't even check in. They just walk straight to, the workout area, which is obviously not what you want, right? You only want members in there. So, I don't know. Weird case. We'll only time will tell if this was fake or not. He still hasn't came out and said anything. So, because of I don't know, the fact that he hasn't came out and said anything kind of makes me think that it's staged too. Because if it was real, he would have been like, "Fuck y'all," like talking.
I'm still standing.
Talking this shit, right? Y'all got one, but
I think he knows. Let it simmer. Let people talk about us or talk about me, because I'm about to drop the heat on them.
Hopefully, it's a good album, bro. Shit, I'm a 6ix9ine fan. All right, brother. Anything else you want to add to this podcast?
No, just make sure y'all go check out the reaction channel, Roger Reacts, on YouTube. We're about to hit 2,000 subscribers. And yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to another week. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. Leave a would you rather or a hot seat question, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. As always, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Later.